Hi everyone, it's me teacher Alex. So for today's lesson is about texture. Texture is the 6 elements in visual arts. Now let's begin. Texture. So when we say texture, in three-dimensional art, texture is the way something feels. In two-dimensional art, line, shape, value help imply the way the object feels. In other hand, texture is a surface quality of things that can be perceived visually and physically. Texture can be rough, delicate, rugged, matte, glossy, or thorny, like those picture objects on your screen. There are two types of texture. A. Actual texture and B. Implied texture. Actual texture means the actual physical surface of an artwork or design. It describes the tactile feeling you would get if you were able to run your hand over an artwork or object that you see around you. For example, sculpture. We can create real texture by using specific sculpturing tools. This texture has a tactile quality. We can feel it. Drawing techniques help us to create appearance of rough, scaly, or spiky surface. Again, letter A, actual texture. We can feel the texture through touching the object or the artwork. Letter B, implied texture, is created using other elements of art, including form, line, shape, and color. So this one is so different from actual texture because this one, you are the one to create the texture through drawing or painting using the line, form, shape, and color to emphasize the texture of your object. The differences between actual texture and implied texture, again, actual texture you can feel, you can touch, while the implied texture you can see through your eyes or visually.
Texture is the feel of a surface. Now, often in art, when we draw or paint, we are taking a 3D object and making it 2D. So we need to create the illusion of texture. Texture in art can then either be real or implied. For instance, on a sculpture or an installation artwork, we have actual texture. You can literally stroke your hand over the sculpture and feel all the bumps and cracks. In drawings and in paintings, texture is only implied. So we can't really stroke the drawing and feel what a woolly beanie feels like. We need to indicate to the viewer what it might feel like if they could touch it.
There are two characters for texture. The first one is pleasant. Some texture, like a fluffy rabbit or an apple with shiny and smooth skin, it gives a pleasant impression. It's something like you feel to touch, to eat, to care. Something that is really comfortable to touch. Second is unpleasant texture. Some texture gives unpleasant texture feelings because they look rough, broken, or scaly, such as a toad skin or a spiny durian that you can see on your screen. There are a lot of things in our environment that you can see pleasant or unpleasant impression. Try to observe those things that surrounds you. Textures we find in nature include the rough surface of trees, rocks, and sand, furry hair of animals, or thorny skin of fruits. And in visual texture is illusionary. Artists add light and shadow, lines and colors to create an impression of a surface, like those pictures that you can see on your screen. So I hope you understand the differences of texture. So it's time for you to write it in your notebook and don't forget to answer your worksheet.